What's going on, everybody? I'm Nitro Pro Cody Huff, and today I've got something a little bit extra special for you guys, something never before seen. I'm bringing to you the first ever NITRO Z20 XL, and we're about to get this thing on the water and show you guys what it's all about. Man, idling out for the first time this brand new Z20 XL. This is the next generation of Z20. This is the newest model, and you know, the engineers at Nitro, they went through and they found a lot of different ways to tweak this boat to make it what I really feel like is going to be the perfect bass boat. They took the fuel tank and they moved it farther towards the back of the boat, so it's got a lower center. It's going to help this boat really get up and run. It's going to make this boat faster. It's got a 250 Mercury on the back of it. You know, that with just the perfect weight distribution. So I'm excited to get out there and check it out. You know, us tournament guys, we like a fast boat. So when it comes to bass boats, the little details are what make the big differences for me. You know, I want my boat to be set up perfect, and the new Z20 XL has the Z-Touch. And what that is it's just a digital touchpad that has all my controls on it. I've got my Livewell switches, I've got my dimmer lights that go around the front deck, and you know, my bilge pumps, everything goes on right here in my Z-Touch pad. One of the cool features of this Z-Touch is a simple thing that I never thought about could be in a bass boat, but it is little preset settings. There's something on here called first fish and second fish. And what that is you know, your left side live well and your right side live well. So whenever you're in a tournament or you're putting the fish in the live well, you just put your fish in there, come over here, touch first fish, and it's got preset settings to go ahead and turn on your pump, turn on your recirculator. That live well is going to fill up. You don't have to worry about it anymore the rest of the day. You just go back to fishing. So one more cool thing is the night mode feature. And whenever you click that, it's going to go ahead and dim all your gauges. So it's going to make it safer for you to get around at nighttime. So this boat is a standard rigging setup. You know, it's got one graph trolling motor. If you go buy a boat off the showroom floor, this is what it's going to look like. But the cool thing Nitro's doing, you know, they know how important electronics are and how important your equipment is whenever you're fishing a tournament situation or you just love fishing. Now you can order these boats with whatever custom graph setup you're looking for. You know, you want 2 or 3 graphs up front. It's something you can put in your order and you're going to be able to get your boat how you want it straight from Bass Pro. You can pick whatever brand of trolling motor you want. This is going to be totally how you like it. So that's the number one thing that's important, just to be comfortable in your new boat. As we work our way back, we don't have to go far to find the next cool thing. The cool thing number 2 is a day box. Not a lot of boats have something like this, and you know, a lot of people don't really know what it's for, but I put my plastics in here. If I'm up here, you know, pitching a jig and I've got, you know, a trailer on there, one that rips my legs off my trailer, I open this day box and there's your new trailers. You just grab one, slap it on. There's no more, you know, walking back and having to get something new. That's a cool little easy feature, something that the engineers at Nitro thought of just to save you time when you're on the water. So to finish up the front part of the boat here, you know, this boat also comes with rod straps. These ones are extra long, which I'm a big fan of because I carry a lot of rods and a lot of times they'll have way too many out. But, you know, easy stretchy strap, not gonna break on you. And you're gonna keep your rods in the boat when you're running down the lake. So as we work our way back, at first glance, this looks like, you know, your normal setup. But this boat being the new 20XL, it's actually a little bit wider in the deck. So, you know, you've got a little bit of extra room so you and your partner and a buddy can fish up there. If you're like me, you can have all 27 rods out on the deck and you're still gonna have enough room to fish. Next, we're gonna go to the rod locker. And this thing is fit to be loaded because they've changed the layout of the rod box. Nitro added a bunch of extra holes up front and they put a bunch of extra holes back here for the buddier rods. So this thing is going to help you stay organized and it's going to keep you from getting your stuff all tangled up. You can fit a pile of rods in this thing. All right, next up, we're going to go to the center storage compartment and I'm going to show this to you guys. They added a few new things to it that's not standard in past Z20s. So you look in here and it looks a little bit different than most. It's got these new storage trays that are actually sitting on top of your boxes, which, you know, I looked in here at first, I was like, man, where are all the boxes? There they are. They're piled in here, very, very organized. I don't know how many boxes you can stack up through there, but it's a lot. You know, I feel like this would be a really good way to store some of your soft plastics. This box is gonna help you stay more organized, and you're not gonna have any trouble putting everything you need for a fun day fishing. If you heard that when I shut that, they actually put new slam latches on there. So you just drop those down. There's no more tripping over a latch, you know, maybe even getting your rod stuck in one and breaking it in half. It's not gonna be a problem anymore. These new latches flush to the floor, not gonna trip on them. And I'm a big fan of that. You know, while I'm sitting here, I'm gonna go ahead and get into the cooler, which is about the best you can buy. If you go buy one of those big fancy ones at the store, that's pretty much what you're getting in this Nitro. Good thick insulation, and you're gonna have plenty of room for all the drinks you need for the day. Cool trash can, cool little spot for your snacks, pretty good setup. So last but not least, I don't want you to think I forgot about it, but there is a whole nother big locker over here. And you know, this locker is one that you can use to store whatever you want. Like, I like to keep my guide wear in there, extra life jackets, all your safety stuff. I even keep a toolbox in mine. That's kind of my compartment to just keep all the stuff that I have to have on my boat. Easy access right here on the front deck. So if you're asking me, I've got to give this front deck rating a 10 out of 10. So now that you guys have seen all that, let's move back into the cockpit, show you guys what's going on down here. We're gonna just start right here with this little slide out box here on the passenger side. This box is just kind of your catch-all. You know, a lot of times if I run in a Bass Pro and come out with just a few packs of something and don't throw it where it's supposed to go, this is where it goes for me. It's in a good spot. You slide it in, it's out of your way, you wouldn't even know it's there. Also up here, they've got this nice little plate, and if you don't know what it is, you wouldn't even think about it, but there's actually 3 screws right here where you can slide in your extra console. You know, say you have an extra console at the house, you want to take your wife out, want to keep her out of the wind, you can just unscrew these 3, put your console in, screw those 3 bolts back in, and you're good to go. You know, as you start working your way around, you see these rods right here, and a lot of boats, those might just blow out if you're not paying attention or if you're in rough water. But this has actually got a place where you stick the butt of your rod, and then back here behind me, it actually has a rod strap. You're gonna go over those poles, keep them in here for your buddy that's riding with you, or if you have extra poles over here, that way nobody's losing a rod. Nobody wants to ruin a day by losing a fishing pole. So as we work our way around into the middle, you see this middle compartment here. It's your step for your partner to crawl up in the back, and it's also where I like to keep my phone, my wallet. I keep my scale in there a lot. Just anything that's pretty important I want to keep dry, I keep right here. So you can pull this latch up and you see it actually opens from the back. So all those horror stories about these center compartments blowing open and people losing all their goods out of there, that's not going to happen anymore. And on top of that, it's waterproof. You put something in there, it's going to be safe. You see this stuff that's on top of it, this is foam mat, and as you work your way down into the bottom of the boat, you're going to see there's no carpet. Foam mat across the whole floor of this boat. It's actually got some cool digital camo on it. This is a feature that I really like. I didn't know what I would think about it at first, but it's what I'm running in my current boat. It's what this boat's got in it. And it keeps your boat a lot cleaner. Anytime you get it all grimy, you get fish slime in your floor, just take a water hose, spray it out. It's like a brand new boat. So the next feature is one of the more clever things on the boat. If you're just not paying a lot of attention, you wouldn't even know there's a net in this boat. But right here is actually the net storage. So if you're in a tournament, you call for the net, it's gonna be easy for your buddy to get out. And I just love how quick you can get to it and that it's not in your way, because if it was just laying here on the floor, we'd be tripping on it, getting hooks tangled in it all day. Nobody wants that. So this is just gonna make your day on the water a little bit easier. It's gonna help your boat stay a little cleaner, a little more organized. If you're like me, you probably need all the help you can get, because I know I do. While we're on cool little sleek features this Nitro's got, let's go to the bump board. Bet you didn't even know it was there, did you? That thing sits right between the live wells. It's in the perfect spot. So once you measured your fish, it's time to put them in the box. The Nitro live wells are, in my opinion, the best on the market. These live wells are super deep. They come with a really nice recirculator in them. The top of that live well is kind of closed in. It's called the baffle system. And you know, that's gonna keep the water from really sloshing around. It's gonna keep your fish really secure in there. 2 19-gallon live wells, and they're actually separated. So if you're fishing a tournament with a co-angler or something like that, your fish aren't gonna get mixed up. One more cool thing about these live wells is you open them up, and man, there's all your cull tags. It's got a nice little system right there to hang your tags. That way when you're in a tournament, you catch one, it's super fast and efficient to grab a tag, put it on your fish, and put him back in the well. You know, the thing about a live well is it's there to keep them healthy and take care of them. So NITRO does everything they can do to make sure your fish stay healthy. So back here, there are 2 dual storage boxes. And the cool thing about these boxes are they're pre-molded. So if you look in here, you see that they've got grooves that are gonna fit your tackle box. It's just perfect. And the coolest thing about these boxes that a lot of people don't even know they do, they come in and out. So if you're running wiring or working on anything in your boat, you just pop these boxes out. That simple. They're light. You can get in here and you can do any work you need to do down here. And I mean, how handy is that? So the final box we've got to check out is actually the most important box in the whole boat. This is the battery storage, and it's got a nice little tray here if you want to keep any tools or anything like that. The cool thing about this box is the amount of room you have. You can get in here, get your batteries out really easy. It's got a nice little spot down here that swings up and down where your bilge pump is at. So if you need to do anything to your bilge pump, you can get in there and check it out. There's also some different on and off switches, like for your trolling motor is here. And there's actually a main power switch. You get in there and you turn that off. You're gonna have no power running through your boat. Your batteries are gonna stay at 100%. You're not gonna have to worry about something accidentally running them down. Man, that's the last compartment we had to look at. And I hope you like this boat as much as I do.